Hi everyone, you've reached Rising Faith Forever tarot readings for my little flip book. Capricorn! How are all my Capricorns doing? So, and the birthstone for Capricorn is Ruby. Pretty Ruby. And quite a gem. And this is going to be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for cross watchers. Also for dealing with Capricorn, not dealing with a Capricorn, or just watching. Okay, so Capricorn, past, present, and future. 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 Let's see what I got for you, Cappies. That's too many cards. Yeah, that's too many cards. It's like 4 cards. I was like, is it the 3-card message? I was like, no. Alright, Capricorns, past, present, and future. Oh, got the whole deck out. Oh. This same 2 pairing popped out again. In a different situation. That's interesting. Like 3 cards popped out. I don't know if I should. I think. The message, or am I just getting lazy and don't want to shuffle anymore? I'm just give me a sec. No, I'm just gonna shuffle. I'm just gonna keep shuffling for you Capricorns. Didn't feel good, didn't feel right. Gotta go with my intuition. Oh, those. Man, it's like past readings are popping up. It's like. I wonder what that's about. Past readings popping up. Capricorn, past, present, and future. Perhaps there's lots of lessons happening. The world. Oh, and then a chunk of the deck. All right, come on, Capricorns. We got this. We'll get you through this. Capricorn, past, present, and future. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Past, present, and future for Capricorn. And 2 cards popped out. I think those 2 popped out. Yeah, I'm going with that. Alright, Cappies, I think this is the message. You Capricorns are really earth type, and that's what your first card is. Oh, sorry. My eyes feel like they're gunking it, like blurry. Sorry about this. Okay, Capricorn. All right. You are an earth sign. You hold the world very dear. you understand the world in its intricacies to some degree. Different Capricorns will perceive this differently, but you are an earth sign, and you are a goddess. Like, look at her. I mean, male or female, but Capricorns. But you are the you Capricorns are sturdy builders of your own world. You are all unique. I've got some family members that are Capricorns, and I love them all. They're all so unique. No two are the same, but they will always have a strength and determination of will, and they just have that knowing. They're just so brilliant. So Cappies, you are the world. I mean, you look. You understand the flowing of the air, so you wear something that'll accommodate it. You wear the right shoes for the right outing. You got the right size bra for comfort, or you wear none. You view your body as a temple of sorts. You are very much in control of what goes in and out of it. You're just a magnificent. Capricorns are unique, so that's why I feel the need to say this. Capricorns can often. They're often always such the leader of the group, usually. So that's why I'm feeling this need to dote on you, because I don't feel like you get to be praised on much in the way that you like the way that you, like, are you getting from the world what you're giving the world? Are you getting from the world what you're giving the world, maybe in the past? And you have built a world for yourself, carefully molded, like heaven and earth. It's like when God made earth, or in the cosmos, or whatever way religion or scientific theories you want to look at it. All that good stuff, all that great stuff. You have your mind made up about what you know to be the beginning, middle, and end of your world. Like, you're very much in control of the world. It moves in accordance. It rotates around the sun, and that's what I'm saying. The Earth is an intelligent planet to be placed exactly where it is to get the grace of the sun constantly, and it knows how to get that grace of that sun. And it knows, not to, get a sunburn. Like, a lot of you Cappies can be cautious, like you like to have your sunblock, or not stay out in the sun too long, or don't like to be burned. That comes to mind. Don't like to be burned. And anybody that's wise and understands what you represent would not burn you. And any burns you do experience are meant to purify you, so that new vegetation can grow within yourself. This is all for you to control. And I'm going to go in and read the World card, because I believe Aries had that as their future card. But it was my first reading, so I just didn't read it out. So I'll get to read it now, finally. And so the World card. Give me the world. That's what the Capricorn could say. Give me the world. I can handle the world. I'll just perch the world between my horns, and I'll flick it off and keep going. God love. And that's exactly what you have to do to keep moving strong. Where's that world card? There we are. Success, completion. Ta-da, Capricorn! You have success. Completion. What's next to your expression? How can you breathe life into your routine? How can you express yourself more openly to the world? I guess now we're entering an age where social media, where we're all applying things to like social media and writing things down, which our thoughts are becoming physical data, you know, and to a certain degree in things. So it's like you have the world by and you know, Capricorns are you know, the go. They can literally see those mountain triangles. They can literally walk up like sheet, like you know, like the ridges and mountains that are really tight, and they can keep going and climb and in impossible situations, and they survive. And it looks reckless to see them all walking along a cliff, and they look like they could die at any moment and fall off. But to them, they're in perfect control. They know what they're doing. They know they can survive anything, and that confidence we admire. We admire that worldly earthliness to you Cappies. If the world shows up in your reading, stand up and take a bow. Excellent job. You should be proud of yourself. As the final card in the Major Arcana, the world marks the end of a journey. There are plenty of cards in tarot that mark endings, all of the tens, Death and Tower, for example. All of these endings have different flavors. The flavor of the world is successful completion. It is not merely a situation playing itself out, as described by the tens, or natural or unexpected experiences of death or the tower. It is the finishing of something that you started, that you wanted, that you worked toward. The woman in this card, often referred to as the world dancer, is the essence of ease and comfort, surrounding as she is by symbols of the elements air, water, and fire, and earth, as well as the large gear or world representing everything that she is. She moves gracefully in this environment, confident that she has mastered everything she needed and wanted to. As with all endings, there is all a bittersweet flavor, because one cannot rest long on one's laurels. With this wonderful achievement, she is now ready to move on to the next cycle. And so are you. Congratulations and bon voyage. Reading tip. The world's like the sun, and the aces indicates yes if you are looking for one. It also suggests travel, particularly long distance, especially if the chariot or a king is present. If king is present. Or more local travel if the Six of Swords is showing, and you don't have any of that. So you're good. Okay, so Cappy, you've conquered the world. You've gone out into the world. You've climbed feats. You've learned lessons. You are a master of your world at this point. You are the dancer of the world. You will continue to dance. It's not always like, you know, maybe you think, oh, it's a job now. You know, and sometimes when things become a job, and like in Zodiac, when people look to us as something and we gotta live up to something, we can be burdened by it. I think even our astrological selves are being torn to be competitive now in this media age. We're all questioning our very consciousness, which is interesting. We're all testing it alongside of each other, and you are a shining role model. When we see someone that just totally conquers and masters and owns their world, it is such a journey to witness and to see. I encourage you, Capricorns, to share and to go out into the field if you're not already, and to develop your talents to give to the world. Or if you already have, then this is just like a yes. Yes, you did, or yes, you should. Whichever Capricorn needs to hear this, it's yes, you did, yes, you should, yes, it is, yes, it won't. You know what I mean? You know, yes, it's not. Yes, stop. You know, or yes, go. It's whatever yes you need it to be. You see the path the way you want to see it, Cappy. That's all I'm gonna say for you. Now the present is the Hangman. Now all that conquering the world and having this like complete world view, now it's left you like a martyr in it. Feeling like a martyr. I did this card earlier. Yes, it's like Hangman. It's like it's like you're in your glory. But depending on which way you're looking at the Hangman, maybe where you're so familiar with always being in your glory, maybe you don't see yourself as hung. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you don't see yourself as hung, Capricorn, because you could be so stubborn. You could literally be hung. Yeah, like if you imagine he's not like strapped to the ceiling, then it looks like he's just going hiya, hiya. But in reality, maybe you're feeling what you don't tell the world, maybe, or what you don't show, or what Capricorn is feeling. And look sideways, he looks like he's about to like go jump and lay on the couch. You know, like male as with the male-female roles. But Capricorn, whatever way you a Capricorn, like, see, that's what I'm saying. Capricorn, you don't fall. You don't fall. The only way you could fall is if you hang yourself. I'm going to be really clear. You either hang yourself by your ankles, your neck, your arm, whatever thing you want to add fear to it. You know, I don't know. Different Capricorns will see it differently, but I mean, the past card is so perfect. I mean, the world, I mean, I can see that you're... So this just seems like a present questioning of how you should move forward in the world, maybe? Or what is it? Like I've had some... Yes, Capricorns are giving. Like, they give. They're caring. They're nurturing. They take care of. They're good managers. Yeah, yeah, like, you've managed to take care of everything for so long that, you're feeling hung. You're feeling upside down about it. You feel like all of the blood is rushing to your head, like you're about to explode, maybe in some of you. But I think you're forgetting to see the duality of the Hangman is actually like a release of like I'm part of it too, or I've completed it, or it's like it's done. You know, the act is done. Whatever you feel was sacrificed, or was you sacrificed, or you're doing a good job. You're doing a good service to humanity. I'm gonna read The Hangman. I read it earlier. That's why I was explaining it more, because I read it earlier in a different reading. But I'm gonna go ahead and read the Hangman now. A little shift in perception is all that we need. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, it's how you choose to see it. Willing surrender to an experience or situation. Don't keep martyring yourself if that's not what you want. Because the reason why, I'll just read the reason why, because your future card is good. The Victorian era has a reputation for preferring strict control of all things at all times. And really, we modern humans also prefer order to chaos. Knowing what is expected of us and what to expect from our environment allows us to feel secure. We don't need to worry about our general safety, and we can get on with other, more important things. Inventors, creators, or anyone who has ever had a brilliant idea know that being safe is not always conducive to flashes of genius. Sometimes we need to be turned on our head, figuratively or literally, rather like our hanged man here. If you turn this card upside down, you will see you will notice his legs create the number 4, a symbol of stability, security, and safety, and also, in its extreme incarnation, of stagnation. Our man has been turned upside down, allowing him to see things from a completely different point of view. The stagnant and uninspired state has been shaken. Allowing himself to be put in this position is a sacrifice of his dignity, his safety, and his worldview. The posture, with his feet above his head, represents a temporary override of the mind and an analytical approach, and surviving for order and rationality is put on hiatus. While the head is associated with logic, feet corresponded to our connection with the earth. The elevation of his feet represents placing higher value on his connection to nature. For a time, he is experiencing the world differently than his wont. He is experiencing the world differently than is his wont. He must remain so long enough to relax, long enough for vines to nutate around his wrists, for nature to cover his chains. In return for his sacrifice, he gains illumination, a moment of intense brightness with everything, at least for a moment, falls into perfect place. If the hangman plays a visit in your reading, prepare yourself for some sort of epiphany. But first, expect an uncomfortable time. Let go of your safety nets, sacrifice your worldview, and trust the universe. You cannot rush this experience, so you might as well settle down and just take a look. No doubt things will look different from here. Enjoy the view. Traditionally, the hangman represents sacrifice and martyrdom. This can be brought into a negative extreme if the Ten of Swords is present in the reading, and it also has the oldest deck symbolize a traitor, which could indicate with the 5 or 7 of Swords. And you don't have no 5 or 7 of Swords. There's no traitor is present. But you do have a 10. Not the 10 of Swords, but you do have a 10 of Pentacles. So maybe your finances, maybe you're feeling like your finances is in threat or hung, or you've been too generous with. Oh, Cappy. It's okay. Like, look at your future. That's what I'm getting to. Your future is the 10 of Pentacles. Like, Cappy, past, present, and future, you are okay. You are strong. You are resilient. You will always have the life you want. Trust me, Cappy. There is room for you in this world to climb whatever mountain you want to climb. And no one or nothing is going to get in your way, Capricorn. And I'm serious about that. And I already read this card earlier too, but I'm going to read it again. 10 of Pentacles. So, Capricorn, like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, like, you've been in the world. You know the world as it is, or as it is to you. And this resonates differently to different Capricorns, or not at all, or however you guys want to see it. And this Hangman, it's a position that you're hanging yourself, or you know why you're in that position, or you've sacrificed yourself for a reason. You put yourself out on the line for a reason. You've made yourself vulnerable for a reason, and don't worry about that vulnerability, because I know with you Capricorns, you struggle with being vulnerable. When you're feeling vulnerable, you don't like to be under attack. You like to be calm. You like to be in your perfect garden, where you have that sense of security and freedom and control. And you have that. You've had the world before, you have it now, and you have it in the future. And this is another completion, like the world is complete, and then you've basically sacrificed yourself for the world and for all these different things, so to speak. This will mean different things. And now you're going to have that complete happy ever after in the future, because of all your sacrifice and martyrdom. Like, people see you as somebody they can have a happy ever after with. You gotta believe in yourself, Cappy. Maybe that's what, maybe if you're here, maybe that's what it's saying. Maybe it's saying, believe in yourself. Like, you've had the world in the past. You've had the complete world in the past. You have a complete view of it, an understanding, and you have a complete happy ever after. You know what that is, or what that looks like. All Cappies will take this differently, but you know what your perfect future is. So why are you choosing to lay down, hang around, or stay around in a situation? I mean, like, yes, you're in your glory. Like you have the right to be here for as long as you want, Capricorn. There is a beautiful cathedral behind this hanged man. Fortune, heaven, smiles on his sacrifice, on his martyrdom. People recognize it. It is there forever. It can never be undone. Your sacrifice and your goodwill and your faith in the world, I think, or in your world, or however this is resonating with you Capricorns. And this is a card of happy ever after, and I'm going to read that for you now. 10 of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. All right, here we go, Capricorn. My Cappies. All right. Get a better angle. Not very good angles here. All right, that looks good. And they lived happily ever, stable and abundant life. Remember all the promises inherent in the Ace of Pentacles. Here they are fully grown. This image is a simple scene of domestic bliss and economic comfort. There is more represented here, though, a connection to spirit and to the cycles of life that add richness and texture to their lives. The opulent home under those arch are gathered specks of an old-fashioned home, and consequently of roots and traditions that give our lives strong foundations and a sense of security that goes beyond a savings account. The dogs are loyalty and devotion. In the Nine of Pentacles, we mention how it is not always easy to count on the dedication of another to one's dreams. The dogs represent that. Insofar it is humanly possible, the people here are devoted to one another and the life they have created. The child, of course, hints at the future and of living with an eye to long-term happiness and not just indulging in momentary desires. The gypsy fortune teller in the foreground flips the final card, the Ten of Diamonds, the poker's deck's equivalent to the Ten of Pentacles. All the potential that was given to these people in the Ace of Pentacles has been fully realized. This moment is perfect and beautiful. And if this was a movie, we'd all be crying, Gabby. Oh, it's so beautiful. The shadowy secret of this card is that tens are endings. The promise of abundance is accumulated here. Once it has been played, another card must be dealt, for life is a cycle and nothing remains the same. When you get this card, know that what it means, but what is the advice? Enjoy. Be grateful. Take photos. Journal about your life right now. Store this time in your heart. You'll be able to find strength and comfort from it during less blissful times. Okay, Cappy. I think that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful ending. And also, beautiful endings are the makings of more beautiful beginnings. So, you Cappies, I don't think it's possible for you to fall unless you want to. Just keep going strong towards the completion of your worldview, your ideas, what you choose to. Because that's what I'm trying to say. You know, they're so resilient. They don't fall off the cliff unless they jump and suicide or unless they prance off. You know, like they won't go down without a fight. And that's what martyrdom is. It's a fight for belief or you're taking a stance to show you're dying for something. You're dying for... metaphorically, different Cappies are doing this for different, but I know a lot of you Cappies, you give your heart and soul to people. Maybe people in your life don't always see you as compassionate as you'd like them to see it. Maybe you're so strong all the time, you don't always have room for that compassionate side of this to flow. Maybe you're just seeing it like, oh, I have to live up to the sacrificing nature, because people have relied on you to sacrifice time and time again, perhaps. Maybe that's why you could be a little bit feeling, you could be feeling a little bit, you know, Cappies, I mean, I know some excuse me, I know some Cappies, you can, and I got Scorpio in my chart, which is like, you know, I mean, hate and bitterness and all sorts of negative emotions. I mean, Capricorn is another one of those strong signs that has a strong stomach, very strong, you know, not saying that you're tolerant always, but you have understanding of what you don't tolerate, at least enough to know what you won't tolerate. So, you're in your right, Capricorn. You're in your right, Capricorn. That's all I can say is, for as long as you're doing what you're doing, you're in the right to take a break. Yeah, maybe right now, that's what the Hangman's telling you is, take a break and relish in your sacrifice. relish in the job well done, of succeeding in completing your world views, your world lessons, and getting what you needed from the world, or what you sacrificed for your world or for the world. Different Capricorns will resonate differently with this, depending on their situation, or not at all. But I hope you all choose to, when it's time to leave the hangman position and not be bound to the earth. I mean, you'll always be bound to the earth. But maybe you take a boat ride. Maybe. The ship, happy ever after. Yeah, because, maybe that's what's hinting at. Like, Capricorns are, I just remember that. Also known as the sea goat. Yeah, the sea goat. So sometimes Capricorns can come off like they have no deeper emotion, because they're just so strong in their convictions. But they are so they have a depth of emotion in them. Or at least they need to be open to their emotions. And maybe sail on their own tide of their emotions. To allow people to instead of, fighting for other people's causes, eventually maybe you get to a point, Capricorn, where you fight, or you maybe don't have to fight anymore. Maybe that's the awareness. Maybe it gets to a point where you can just live happily ever after. But not, you'll do anything for your family. Like, I think that's what it's saying. Like, the hangman says you'll sacrifice whatever it takes for your family. And that's a beautiful thing. Of course you would. And you have to. You have to in this life. You have to protect your family, Capricorn. If you have this deep, profound need, maybe you need to do something family related in the future, like see your family, enjoy your family, go on a trip with your family, spend time with your dogs, go to the park, go on a little boat ride with them, go fishing. What else can I say for you Capricorns? Get your fortune read. Maybe get a family reading for fun, or maybe go to an amusement park. Be amused. Be entertained. Allow yourself to be entertained. You don't always have to be in a rigid position of self-sacrifice for the world all the time, or your world all the time. You can give in to a future, a happy ever after, getting along. Maybe sometimes you deal with so much opposition because you're one of those strong signs in what you want, that often when you get rejected, you have to stand up over and over and over and over and over for yourself. And because you do that, you get so tired. It's like you get stuck in this position and you can never really relax and just have that happy ever after. But maybe the happy ever after is like linked with this world. Maybe that is your happy ever after, is understanding that you have what it takes to manifest everything you like in this world, Capricorn. So that's what I was trying to say. Like, let others know how they can be of... I'm not saying you can force others to sacrifice for you, but wouldn't it be nice if you let other people know how some of your emotions, what would really truly be your best life, or an outing that you would like, Cappy? That's stuff that other people like to do. Maybe someone needs to ask you, Capricorn, what would you like to do in the future? What's your ideal happy ever after? What would you like? And perhaps you want some creation in that process. Perhaps that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting for your happily ever after. Oh, Cappy. You're fighting for your happy ever after. You're going to get it. That's what this card represents, Capricorn. You're going to get your happy ever after. Like, look at this card. Like, look, there's the city in the back, so they can go to any city they like, whenever they want. They have the boat, they have airships. They are a family that can go anywhere at any time. And that's beautiful. They are loyal and they look out for each other, and they travel the world. They protect each other. They can survive in the world and fight for each other, whichever way you Capricorns want to look at it. But I think even if, say, with pandemics and everything stops, Cappies, I know you. You'll always do the you thrive in opposition. It's not that you like it. Parts of you like it, but parts of you understand the burden of it too. Maybe that's the martyrdom in it and the beauty in it. But you deserve to relax and enjoy your world and your happy endings. And you deserve it. You are getting it, Capricorns. You are earning it, piece by piece. All those sacrifices are being noticed by the world, or have been noticed by the world in the past. Maybe that's what it is. So if you reach out and you ask for things, people will give you the future. They will be thankful to you. They show gratitude and loyalty to you, Capricorns. You have a loyal niche. You are loyal to your family, your friends, and they are loyal to you. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's what I got for you, Cappies. You got the world. Be in whatever position you want to be in. And you have a happy ending. And it is all coming for you, Capricorn. Lots of love. And I wish you all the best, Capricorns. And I'll see you next time.